Welcome to JZ Cavalcante here to the program. June 10th, Titan FC 39, I think is what it is on June 10th.
39, my man.
Yeah, 39. They're getting up there quick. I can't keep track of everything. But Pat Healy's the opponent.
Yep.
You know, I forget that I've actually called a couple of your fights when you're fighting in Dream. And then I forget you jumped into kickboxing really early. Like, I thought you didn't get into kickboxing until like 2010. But you went into K1 Heroes back in 2007, right?
Yeah, but my fight was in K1. In K1 Max was in 2007, I think as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You jumped in quick. How come? You could have gone either way. You could have been a kickboxer and gone that route, or you could have stayed in MMA. How come? Kind of right now, MMA is like your mainstay. How come MMA has become so much more important?
Actually, MMA always been my main thing, you know. I only had one fight in kickboxing. That was my only pro fight against Masato.
Oh, okay.
My background, I came from luta livre. I'm a straight grappler, you know.
Okay.
I did a little bit kickboxing back in Brazil at the beginning, but I turned like 1-2 years. I was like 12 years old, 11, 12 years old.
Mm-hmm.
And right away I switched to MMA, you know. Back in the day it was Vale Tudo. And so it wasn't kickboxing was my thing, but I trained a lot in Holland, you know, in Gene Alkmaar, back in the day, Mike Gene, with Melvin, Badahari, Gago Drago, Kaz. I trained with all those guys. That's why I developed my striking game. And then in K1 Heroes, they saw me fighting and they asked, you know, will you fight Masato? I say, I'm a fighter. I fight.
Yeah.
So,
well, that goes a long way to you though, because if your main thing is grappling, but you were good enough to get into K1 Heroes, that's a big deal. Like that means you stepped up your striking game a little bit. Yeah,
for sure. It gave me a lot of confidence, you know, on the stand up, all the effort. Wally Muhammad was my coach at the time. You know, he's a Belgian guy, great coach. He helped me out a lot. He cut the corner for me. You know, he cut the way.
Yeah.
He said that and put me there, put the training, and it was good. It was a great experience. You know.
Yeah.
And, I like it. You know, I'm a fighter. Like I said, I fought in luta livre, I fought in wrestling, all kind of tournaments. You know, kickboxing, all kind of stuff I did. So that's what I like it.
Well, then the next question I got to ask is, how come Florida? Like you could be anywhere. Like you could have gone to back to Brazil and trained and been at one of the big programs in Brazil. Why Florida? Why did you end up staying with the Black Zillions?
First, because when I moved here, I moved to ATT. You know, I was 19 years old. I was really young. I packed my stuff in Brazil. They wasn't the beginning of American Top Team. So they were investing a lot in the fighters. And I had a couple of friends that were here before, Juan Jucão, Moacir Boca, and Marcos Oliveira. And they were here. They were always like talking about it. I didn't know much about it, about the gym, you know, but I knew they were start making some noise. And then I saw an interview back in Brazil about the gym, how they support the athletes, how they support the fighters, and I said, man, that's cool, you know. I can do something like with all the support and all the training in one place in one facility, and I think it was 2003, and Marcelo Ferreira entered to Brazil. He was from ATT as well. He went to Brazil. We trained, and he said, man, Marcão always talking about you. He already spoke with Liborio. Why you don't come? Like you're gonna be doing great. I said, man, oh shit, yeah. I wanna go. You know, I had a friend of mine there, but I never really put stuff together to go. You know.
Yeah.
And I said, okay. I see the opportunity. Marcel was like really talking, or somebody had a connection. And then I spoke with Jucão. Jucão said, man, it's a good deal, you know. I said, yeah. And then was a hustle for me to get the money to buy the ticket.
Yeah.
I had no money, you know. I sold the old motorcycle that I have, and God always put angels in my life, you know. I came to my mom. My mom was crying, like, "Oh, Jay, you know, like, I know it's your dream, but I cannot really. I don't have the money now. I'm
Yeah.
gonna do whatever I can." She came up with some money. You know, we sold a motorcycle. We had some money, and then other friend of mine, he came and he said, "Bro, take it. I know you have a future." He was a training partner. He said, "Yeah, I know you have a future. Go here, take it. You know, buy your ticket, go there." And I said, "Man, in 2 weeks, I pack everything and came. I had like I think $100 to
Yeah.
survive here. I think it was all my friends, they support me here. Boca, I don't know, like, let me live on his house. And then I was at the gym all the time because he has to teach. So I went early in the morning and he picked me up at night, late at night. So, but it was worth it. And then the Black Zetas became it because I was already established in Florida for a
Yeah.
while. I wasn't liking the train anymore at the gym. And that was my point. And then George Santiago, Danilo, and Yuri Villefort, they had other problems with the gym as well. And we were connected. We were like really close. And then by the time one day just came out, like nobody was happy, and say, let's move.
Yeah.
And we left. And we were training down south of Miami. We were training other places, and then they try to avoid us to go training other places, all the gyms. And I said, man, I need to get better. A fighter, you need to feel comfortable. You need to do what is the best for you.
Yeah.
And that was the point, man.
But traditionally, as a culture, Brazilians are very loyal to other Brazilians. Like as a culture, like we've seen it at least every time someone goes down to a fight, and they're fighting a Brazilian in Brazil, and they're American. They're going to get booed. They're going to get yelled at. They're going to get screamed at because they're not Brazilian. It's just how Brazil is as a fighting community. So to me, it was always like a weird, not weird, but like it took me back. It was strange for me to see that you were like, I'm at ATT, but now I'm out. I'm kind of bouncing around, and now I'm going to go to Black Zillions because obviously Master Laborio at ATT, whether you like him or not, he's a Brazilian. He's one of your countrymen. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, wow, JZ moved. Like, that's kind of strange for me. Like, I always thought that no matter what, all the Brazilians would be at ATT, and then Jocko would be, and Black Zillions would be hunting for everybody else because all the Brazilians are going to stay at ATT. But then all of a sudden, you showed up at Black Zillions. Is there any animosity between you and Laborio? You guys, you guys fight? You guys are still friends? It's just
friends.
Okay.
Yeah, we still talk. We're still friends. The thing is this: it's not that we left ATT and then we chose Black Zillions. We created the Black Zillions.
Right. That's right.
Know?
Yeah,
that's
right.
Like me, George, Danilo, and Yuri, we left ATT. Our deal, I remember the day everybody was having dinner. Danilo's father was there as well. Master Indo, who was an old school guy. He has like 200 fights. He was like back in the days style, same as a Carson, Elliot, And then we have the dinner, we have a lunch, and then man, I said I was going driving almost 2 hours to train in South Miami to do my conditioning, and I want to try to go train with my other striking coach who left ATT. But I was still represent America Top Team. I just want to do my training outside and still represent America Top Team.
Right.
And they said I couldn't do it. And then I was like, oh man, now it's now you're cutting my legs.
Yeah.
I'm not really happy with what I'm having here right now. So, and then I would say, we're having lunch. We start talking about my problem. Danilo and Yuri had another problem with management. George was the only one was a little bit like, oh man, I don't believe this is going on,
Yeah.
And then we start saying, man, I remember I told you, if I have you guys with me training, anywhere, I'm good. All the guys are almost all my weight. And I say, if I have you guys to train, I fight anybody, We just gotta be there for each other. If we do something, we gotta be there for each other, So we make a pact. And then I say, I'm not happy, And then Danilo Yuri wasn't happy. George, bro, my brothers are going like, what the fuck,
Yeah.
I'm not happy. I'm not happy as well. So, okay, yeah, that's
all right.
Good. We sat down. We set up a meeting with Dan, you know, we expressed to him, you know, how grateful we were. And even he said, man, you guys did some, like, I did it for you guys, but you guys did for the American top team as well. It's not like I only did everything for you guys. I was one of the guys always represent, always put the flag, always put the name, everything, you know. And I spoke with them man to man, and they said, yeah, man, if you feel that's what you know, they said, if you feel that's what you know, you have to do whatever what you have to do. And then after, like, a Liborio, I still talk to Liborio. He's still friend, you know. Like, when we see each other, it's the same feeling, you know. I'm grateful for all the guys there. All my friends, I have brothers there, you know. Gleison Tibau, Parrumpa, who was my coach. Like, I love the guy, you know. Jucão, man, so many guys there. So it's nothing.
So it came down to a business standpoint. Like, you got to get better as a fighter. You're like, I got to move because I'm not developing at ATT anymore. I need to find some other place. So that's good. It was a business decision. Yeah. Where a lot of fighters would have just stayed and suffered and just try to figure it out and never would have left, but never would have gotten better.
We try to create our own stuff, you know. Yeah. And that's the thing. I think because the Brazilians, they don't see us like a trader or something. We didn't go behind the back of anybody. We were explicit to everybody, you know. We spoke with everybody. Like, okay, that's the point. That's what I'm not liking. We didn't go to another competition gym, you know. We just made our own stuff. Rashad came down to train, and then we trained. He liked it. We liked it. And I was like, man. And Glenn, and by the time Glenn Robinson was helping George, like, he was friend. He made a friendship with George because his ex-wife, used to work for Glenn.
Oh, okay.
So he was friendship. He was trying to develop some stuff to help us out, you know. And then and then when Glenn find out that we left and we had no place to train, he was like, "Fuck!" Like he like, "Oh, what you guys? No, serious, you guys are not training. Oh, how you guys gonna train?" I said, "No, we're gonna train in Miami. Maybe we're gonna train at Danilo's gym because they had the gym in Coral Gables.
Yeah,
that was far south." And I'm like, "Oh man, but the driving," and Glenn got so emotional, so like, "Oh, you guys gonna be driving this and that, you know." And then he just help us out, and then that's the support.
Yeah, it's like, and you said earlier that you always seem to have an angel that helps you out all the time, and obviously Glenn Robinson is one of those angels because he started a whole new fight group, a whole new place to train for a lot of folks that are looking, and now Black Zillion seems to have a lot of people in there. I talked to Mike Chandler the other day; he's down there training right now, and I thought he was still bouncing between San Diego and Arizona. He's like, no, I do all my training camps now down here in Black Zillions, and it's actually been really well. Like, Black Zillions are doing really well. How big was it when they had the international tough battle between Black Zillions and ATT? Like, how big was it for you knowing that when Black Zillions won, you're like, hey, how much pride of yours got in there?
Yeah, because it was good because ATT, they came with the attitude like, we're gonna whoop the ass, you know? Like, they came like and all this stuff, you know, because I know the relationship they have with the UFC, you know. Dan knows Dana White for a long time, not just Dana, Lorenzo, all the guys, you know, they've been working, basically they're friends, you know. And so when that came up, like, I said, oh man, this is gonna be huge, you know. We're gonna have to step it up. We're gonna have to fight hard, you know. We are confident in the training, you know. Or just the system in the house, the points, and this and that. That was a little bit like, how that goes, you know. And but on the final match, you know, and Camaro beat was good.
Good.
Just
I actually happened to be there live for that final match. I was actually sitting right behind Rashad at the event, and you couldn't have seen a guy more hyper, like doing more coaching stuff from sitting in the stands. I mean, he was more animated than the worst fan ever, like literally yelling hoping Kamal could hear him, but it was just like it's so loud in there you couldn't hear anything. So, but it was great.
Yeah,
to watch.
because they're close,
Yeah.
Actually, Rashad is the guy who brought Camaro down here to help him out. Yeah, and then Camaro ended up staying, and that's how the gym start getting bigger. For me, yeah, it was Michael Johnson. I was supposed to fight somebody. He was a wrestler, and then we invited Michael Johnson to come down. Michael came. He ended up staying.
Yeah.
And then Michael was with Abel. Abel came to help Michael down. Abel liked it. He ended up staying. Everybody comes. We start because that's the mentality we had. You gotta be tight. You gotta be okay. We're gonna work together. We're gonna bang it hard. We're gonna go train hard. We fight hard, but you gotta be cool. Gotta be a brotherhood. Gotta be like a family.
Yeah.
Gotta be a family stuff, a brotherhood. So that was it. So that's why the gym grew. A lot of guys came, and that by the time Rashad was like emotional, also because it was the friendship they had. And also because the team versus team was intense. Man, the show doesn't really translate how it was inside the gym when we go back and forth from the gyms,
Yeah.
Because our gym was intense, was crazy intense.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, now I got to ask, you've been training this whole time, but when was the last time you actually fought?
I fought couple weeks ago, like a month ago in Japan. Was a small organization there, Knuckles MMA, but was my first fight after I think 1 year, almost a year. Yeah,
September. Was it September of 2014? The last time you fought before then, before Japan.
Yeah.
So why the long layoff? Like what happened where you were just not doing anything?
I was having problem with events, with contracts and stuff like that, but that's in the past. I'm good now. Yeah. I signed with World Series of Fighting. I fought once in a year.
Yeah.
For 2 times, And then after I said, okay, I gotta move. I gotta do something else. I gotta go. I gotta get some consistency. I want to be fighting. And then, I'm happy with the Titan. I have a good contract now with them.
Yeah.
They're gonna keep me busy, and that's what I want.
And that is one of the things I wanted to ask you. So, World Series of Fighting, you weren't that active, and now with Titan, they're going to keep you really active. But I got to think the pay is way lower at Titan than it was at World Series of Fighting. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, so if you say you fight 3 times for Titan in a year, do you make more money fighting 3 times for Titan in a year, or more money fighting 1 time for World Series of Fighting in a year underneath the old World Series of Fighting contract you had?
No, I'm gonna make, if I do 3 fights, I'm gonna make more money than 1 fight on the.
A lot of promoters don't get that, where it's like, I'll take less money if you're gonna make me fight more because I gotta be active. 1, the longer I sit out, the worse my skill level gets. But also 2, I'm not having any income, and if I can get a little bit, a less amount of income, but more time throughout the year, ultimately throughout that year, I make more money. So it's actually a better deal for me. Sometimes, like in your situation, to go back down to smaller, because I mean, I don't like saying this, but it's the reality of it. Obviously, UFC and Bellator and World Series of Fighting, because their TV deals are the top end, and then everything else is kind of B, C, D, whatever. And then you've got to step down. So you had to make a step down at Titan, but you're gonna make more money on a smaller show, right?
Yeah, and for me, Frank, it's good to talk with another fighter because you understand, like if I sit down, my skill level is not good, and I don't have income. So I can make 2 things at the same time, get my income and keep increasing my skill level. And that's when I can make a real money, because I fight once in a year, but okay money just to pay my bills and live check to check. And then I can fight more. I take a bet. I don't care. I take my risk. I go. I'm a fighter. I want to fight. And, I don't want to be, okay, I got the check here. I'm going to sit. I'm going to wait. Oh, nice. Look at the guy is fighting. Oh, cool. Fuck, man.
Yeah, so how was your skill level in Japan? Like, because you did sit for a while. You haven't really training for a fight and actually being in the fight's a totally different feeling. How was it when you actually went, like, be honest, or as honest as you can be.
Yeah,
How
yeah.
was it when you went in there? Were you like more nervous than normal? Did you feel like your timing was a little bit off? Like, what happened during that fight in Japan?
Wasn't the emotionally it's always the same level, you know. It's not that I for sure I get excited, I get anxious, but normal stuff, you know. I compete my whole life, man.
Yeah.
I started competing like I was baby. I compete even before I know how to make a decision to myself. You know, I started in
Right.
judo was like 8 years old. Like I go there and fight.
Yeah.
It wasn't me who chose to go there.
Right.
You know,
Right.
so that's for me. That's normal. I don't get that anxiety, the nervous, so reckless. No, I'm cool. I'm cool-minded for the competition. But through the career, you know, we have ups and downs, win and lose, and all kind of stuff that can goes with the fight. You know what to expect,
Right.
and then when you go there after you sit a while, you know what to expect. And I was like, okay, I wasn't feeling sharp, but I was in place. Like,
Right.
okay, I have to do this, I have to do that, and then the other stuff just getting the timing right to feel comfortable. No, and the little stuff that happens in the fight. Oh man, what's going on? I'm gonna go through this. I'm gonna pass I'm gonna pass this situation. I'm gonna come back and just thinking. I think I was thinking a little bit more than normal, you know.
Right.
But that was it.
Okay. And so now with Pat Healy, you had your warm up fight in Japan. You had your warm up fight. Now you're getting ready to fight Pat Healy June 10th. So I know the way that Coach Neal works. I know the way the rest of the coaches work. There's lots of tape being watched on Pat Healy. It's easy to get a hold of tape on him. So how do you think this fight's going to come down? Like, how do you see Pat approaching this fight?
How Pat approached all his fights. He goes there, keep pushing. That's all he does. That's all he can do. That's all he can do. He can make a boring fight, not boring fight, but he can make the fight ugly, you know.
Yeah.
He can keep it coming. And that's what he can do, you know. And that's what we expect.
So is it hard to train for a guy like that no matter what you do, he's always going to be in your face. He's always going to be trying to push you against the cage. He's always going to be trying to take control. Is it tough to train for a guy like that? Do you have enough training partners, I guess, to help you train for that kind of style?
Yeah. At the Black Zillions, we have training partners for all kind of stuff, all kind of situations. That's one thing I don't have to worry about, especially in my weight class. You know, I have Yuri Villefort, Buscapé, Abel, Michael Johnson, now Mike Chandler. You know, man, if I keep naming it goes on and on and on. So I don't have a really problem finding.
And actually, I spoke with Chandler a couple of days ago, and he's actually trying to go back to that same style where he's always pushing, always pressing, always pushing. And so I can see him being a good training partner for you because he's trying to get back to that. That's when he was winning the most, is when he was just an animal and just hunting guys down and forcing them to the ground. So it's I got to think at least right now at 155 pounds, that is, if not the best place to train Black Zillions, one of the best places to train in the entire world right now for that weight class. Because there's so many superstar studs there.
No doubt, man. I agree with you. I'm biased, but I agree with you.
Yeah. Well, it's okay if you be biased. It's fine. JZ, I just want to say thanks for coming on here. I really appreciate it. It's been great to finally catch up with you. Coach Neal is trying to get me to come down to Black Zillions and train for a little bit. I'm trying to figure out when I can get down there because I'm not going to come down for 4 days. If I'm coming, I've got to come for like 3 weeks. So I got to figure out when I can get that in my schedule. So, but hopefully I'll be seeing you pretty soon.
Man, I hope it will be a pleasure to have you here, man. It will be a pleasure to get some insights, some little tricks. I know that you have. I know you still got it.
Yeah, I got a couple tricks.
Nice, man.
All right, brother. Thanks. Have a great rest of your night. We'll talk again soon.
Thank you, Frank. I appreciate it, bro. Take care, man.